empath vibes. So grateful you could join us today. Alrighty. Well, to start with, a lot of what I felt with in meditation this morning was the necessary of making time to ground, and also prioritizing and having self-care so that we're able to stay grounded and centered as we're, light workers, healers, doing our thing, and empaths and all that. And it's just so important to make sure that we don't deplete ourselves, and to also be aware of things like anxieties and fears and stuff that come up, and having what I like to call tools in your toolbox to be able to navigate, because feelings are messengers, so they're not necessarily a negative thing or whatever. So if you do feel those things, it could just be like your body or your feelings indicating, like if you're busy and you don't make time or prioritize time to ground or spend time with spirit or like center yourself, it can start to affect the body. So sometimes like through like ascension symptoms could be things like that happen, and so it's just vitally important to stay grounded. So I have been doing that. I have been definitely like empowering myself to make that a priority. Like it's not even up for negotiating. It's a priority that I was telling my son that mom takes one day a week off and honors that time with spirit and self, and it makes such a big difference. I had to really discipline myself not to work on that day off. Because this spiritual stuff is even work. You know what I mean? In a way, we're doing inner work, we're doing outer work, whatever kind of work. It's also important to have time to ground, to self-care, and to also play. So I ended up just doing something completely just I felt like very like cutting back and just kind of being like a human. And I watched a comedy and I laughed and just, didn't think too much about the deeper shadow work and all these things that I'm helping myself and others with. I was just like, let's just have a little fun. And just, I haven't watched a show or a movie or anything in a very long time. So I actually watched a comedy and a movie, one that made me laugh, one that made me cry because it was so heartwarming. This girl, actually her name was Victoria, which is hilarious, but she's like got this mystic powered ability to work with it, like connect with an animals and stuff, and it was just like heartwarming to see her empathy, and it was nice. It was interesting. It was the same name as me. I did not plan that, but the comedy was like super cool too, and I was just like laughing, and I noticed like how like fun that is. And so my son comes in, he's like, what's going on in here? And then me and him were laughing and having a good time. And so it's really, really important for that. So a card that came up is Nurture and Lemuria, if anyone's familiar with that. If not, look it up. Do some inner work. Look into it if you're not. But yeah, so like the healing waters, the nurturing, this looks like a mother holding her child. So it also makes me think of nurturing your inner child. So my inner child likes that fun and laugh and stuff, you know what I mean? So that's getting to the point of reference why I was telling my own personal story, but how much of a difference it can make just to take one day to just like not figure stuff out, just not even work. I did a little light like house chores, like dishes and stuff, because and laundry because my son needed it, but just like I told him, let's just have a home day. Let's nurture ourselves, our inner child. So, whether you're a parent, you need to nurture yourself and your child, or just your own inner child. But nurturing and self-care, very, very important right now in the healing waters, just to stay connected and activated in a healthy way. And that brings us to the chakra of the week is the throat. We got blue. We got 2 throat chakras, so let's just go ahead and we'll start with this one. Breath is beyond time. And as more and more time leaves our world, the power of our breath relaxes and watches it go. I was just taking that in for a second because if, we've all been there where we're like, I don't know, I feel like I've been there. I just feel like more time, I need more time. And it's like, honestly, I just need to be grateful for breath. And that's something Christ told me is just be grateful for every moment that you're alive and breathing, because those are precious moments. So breathing up, we hear the words, nothing unreal. Breathing out, exist. Because only love is real. Yeah. So breath, nurture, self-care, stuff like that. And then we got again, I do feel like on a spiritual level, our responsibilities are increasing. And that's why it's important to stay grounded and centered and nurture yourself so that like there's no burnout. You know what I mean? And we got it again. I believe we had this last week, but it still feels like there's a lot of responsibilities in the field. So we've got prioritize and focus on your highest priorities, and the angels will help you get organized and motivated. Awesome. So if you need some help with your organization, because sometimes we're like, oh, I need time, I need organize. And sometimes we can burn ourselves out just trying to figure it all out. So the best thing is to nurture and breathe into it. That's kind of like how I was handling. I have a lot of things on my plate right now. And I'm just like, I was just telling a friend, the best way I find to handle it right now is just to breathe very calmly. Avoid any anxiety, but I could see it, feel it's like time management. It's like, I'm grateful to be alive and breathe. This is a journey, and I'm going to take a little self-care. So like all these things I could have done yesterday, I'm doing today. But that's okay, because that day vitalized me, rebooted me, gave me the joy in my heart to want to, because it's like if you burn out, you kind of lose the joy. You're almost doing it out of obligation, and then it becomes unreal because it's not out of a place of love. So we want to make sure that we take care of ourselves so that we're coming from a place of love, truly, authentically. Very, very important. And then that brings us into growth. Okay? So there's our stone card, our other stone card. And she's so cute, little fairy girl. And a lot of this reminds me of inner child, like our inner child, little fairy inner child, that's so cute. And we got green, so we got healing, nurturing, healing the inner child, connecting to breath, keeping a safe zone for that inner kid, taking time for others that we love and ourselves allows that growth, that true, loving, profound growth in our spirituality and keeping our inner child nice and safe. Very important. I'm really learning how important it is to have the inner child nurtured and safe. And reflects into our relationships, our work circumstances, our life in general, making sure that inner child is safe and sound. All right. And then it moves in. We got another chakra card, which is throat. Again, so clear communications, maybe, communicating your needs, things like that to make sure that becomes a priority. Very, very important. All right, so life stops devouring you as soon as you use your breath to drink it in. So grounding, taking time to stop and breathe and just smell the roses. We can say, oh, we're doing all this light work, empathy, there's so much density on the planet. Yes. But we have to remember to be the love vibration is how we, ascend that. So it is important to take time to stop, breathe, and appreciate the work that we're doing. Appreciate the growth and development. And nurture ourselves so that we prioritize in a functional way so that life doesn't devour us. So taking a deep breath, grounding, taking time with that. Breathing out, we hear the words, I welcome. Breathing out, all that comes. Yeah, so it's like when you're grounded and you nourish yourself and your inner child is safe, you're more likely to make good decisions and also be more accepting and to what is presented without reaction or judgment or wounding or whatever. So when we're centered and we've nurtured ourselves, we're able to hold this space and container in a much more functional and healthy way. So, yay! let's work on that. So remember, it's very important to just be in connection with your breath and spirit. It's really how we achieve the greatest of things. Okay, so last but not least, we've got a really cool card from our angel messages, and this one is spread your wings. So I think you ground, you fly. That's something that resonates with me. The more grounded we are, the more we ascend. The more we fly. The more we connect to our true purpose. The more we prioritize, the more organized we are, the more connected we are to our breath. When we take a moment to value that and respect that as a priority. All right. So it says the angels are helping you, okay? So do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect. You're ready to soar. So ground, get your clarity, nurture yourself, inner child safe, prioritize, and then spread those wings and fly. Yay! And divine love for yourself and for others is, well, divine. So enjoy that divine love pouring in, connection to your breath, prioritizing, nurturing, and growing, and spreading your wings. Awesome. I hope everyone has a super beautiful, lit, nurturing, loving week. And if you like this video, you can, hit like or subscribe to our channel if you're not, and hit the bell notification so you get all our upcoming videos. And also leave a comment if you feel inspired, and if not, that's totally cool too. So thank you so much for being here. May your week be filled with lots of joy, blessings, love, and connection to breath and grounding. So thank you so much for being here, and we look forward to seeing you again. Blessings. Namaste.